3 students were killed in the Michigan State shooting. Rihanna reveals she is pregnant during her halftime performance, and an elementary school teacher delivers a baby. All this and more on another episode of Hawk TV News. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Hawk TV News. I'm Jake Racino.
And I'm Gabby Nadrich. 3 students killed and 5 were wounded in a shooting Monday, February 13th at Michigan State University. The gunman, identified as 43-year-old Anthony Dwayne McRae, had no affiliation with the school. The shooting took place in the student union as well as an academic building, followed by an attempted manhunt by the gunman. McRae later died due to the self-inflicted gunshot wound. Police are still investigating a possible motive. The university is devastated by this act of violence.
A national shortage of teachers is leaving citizens concerned. These shortages lead to larger class sizes, which can bring up negative consequences. This can lead to increased stress levels and burnout rates for teachers, as well as a loss of positive student and teacher relationships. Many teachers are displeased with the money they have to provide for classroom supplies, as well as a lack of flexibility in their schedule. The discussion of implementing career advancement opportunities is rising through the crisis in order to keep teachers working while offering them more benefits.
Former live-in nanny for divorced actors Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis alleges the pair fired her as a retaliation after seeking mental health treatments. Erica Gennaro, who had worked for the actor since 2018, says the 2020 split between the two had caused the tension to rise in her workplace environment, which caused deterioration on her mental health. Her nanny duties had also been increased as fallout from the separation. After a 3-day medical leave, Sudeikis attempted to speak with Gennaro, causing him to fire her after she refused. Gennaro claims the termination was due to seeking out resources and accommodations for her mental health. Wilde and Sudeikis' teams have yet to comment on the situation.
Pregnant mother Lauren Carcmano was on her way to pick up her sick daughter from Kilburg Elementary School in Dallas, Texas. Once she arrived, Carmichael suddenly gone into labor. School nurse Tyler Krause called for another teacher, Maria Perez, to help assist in this emergency. While the nurse had never delivered a baby, it just happened that Perez had delivered hundreds of babies as an OBGYN in her homeland of Venezuela. She knew Carmichael would not make it to the hospital in time. Within 10 minutes, the duo was able to safely and successfully deliver a healthy baby girl. Carmichael could not be more grateful for the help provided to her.
Maya Rudolph debuted as the new spokesperson for the popular candy M&M's during a Super Bowl commercial Sunday, February 9th. The ad displayed Rudolph renaming the candies to Maya's and cameos from the colored candy mascots. The brand received backlash recently following the brand's Flip the Status Quo campaign, causing the brand to announce they were looking for a new spokesperson. Many speculated this was a bit for the Super Bowl. Thankfully, the Spokes Candies announced Sunday that they are back for good.
Are you a fan of Marvel? Well, here's Ben DeVito with her movie review of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the Marvel Minute. I'm Ben DeVito. The latest installment of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, hit theaters this past weekend. This is the 3rd film within the Ant-Man trilogy. Starring Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania strands our heroes into the illustrious quantum realm with no way out, while having to face one of Marvel's greatest foes, Kang the Conqueror. There have been mixed reviews about this film, but here's my spoiler-free review of it. One thing I really enjoyed about the film was the tone. Usually the Ant-Man films are mostly comedic, but this film balanced the serious tone of Kang the Conqueror with the comedic factors of Ant-Man. The main thing I enjoyed about the film, however, was the acting performances throughout. Jonathan Majors truly had a standout performance as Kang the Conqueror, the movie's main antagonist. Kang stole the show in every single scene he was a part of, and that's due to the presence Majors created with the character, as his seriousness made Kang feel menacing. The last thing I enjoyed about the film was the VFX. The film is truly stunning to watch, as the quantum realm is a sight to see. My one main flaw with the film is the writing. There were some plot points that seemed to be pulled out of nowhere. The main writer, Jeff Loveless, wrote himself into some plot holes, and it forced him to dig himself out of those holes, creating very clunky scenes. Overall, the film is definitely the best film of the trilogy and a fun watch. I would rate this film an 8 out of 10 and would recommend everyone go see this movie in theaters. That's all for this edition of the Marvel Minute. Back to you guys at the desk.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
14-year-old student Adriana Kutch was found dead in her Jersey home on February 3rd. This tragedy occurred only 4 days after Kutch was attacked at Central Regional High School in Berkeley Township. As the video began to spread on the app TikTok, other students at the school believe that this is the result of no one being present to help or defend Kutch, referring to the lack of services provided by school faculty. Adriana's father, Michael Kutch, claims the school did nothing but blame everyone else for the incident. The 4 assaulters are now being charged with aggravated assault and harassment.
This past weekend, Sunday, February 12th, Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl 57 halftime show and revealed she was pregnant with her second child. Prior to the Super Bowl, Rihanna sat down with CBS Morning co-host. She admitted to thinking about bringing someone, which was ultimately referring to her unborn child. She wore a tight red jumpsuit that showed off her bum and caught the attention of everyone that was tuning in.
Officials are trying to make sense of the now 3 unidentified flying objects that have been over Alaska, Canada, and Michigan. The most recent flying object was first spotted on Saturday, February 11th, over Montana, but detected as a radar blip, which disappeared and was then reported as an anomaly. Then, on Sunday, February 12th, an object appeared again over Montana, and then Wisconsin, and then Michigan. It was then shot down by military officials over Lake Huron. While officials don't know what the objects were, they are being far more vigilant after the recent insertion of the Chinese spy balloon.
Makeup brand Glossier came out with a new deodorant that is claimed by reviewers good for your armpits and does not leave rashes. Its main ingredient is hydrating coconut oil, which leaves you with soft underarms. The deodorant also contains potato starch, which keeps odor and wetness away. Refills are $18 each, which is a little pricey, but you are using less plastic by reusing the company's recyclable container. Glossier has also partnered with Club Pilates to sponsor nationwide sessions where people can receive Glossier gifts, including deodorant, after taking the class. With its environmentally friendly and natural ingredient elements, this deodorant is a recipe for the next big thing.
We're now going to send you over to my co-anchor, Gabby Nadrick's review of Harry Styles' Grammy-winning album, Harry's House.
If you were a 12-year-old girl in the early 2010s like me, you definitely know ex-boy band member Harry Styles. I'm Gabby Nadrich, and I'm going to be talking about the 3rd solo album of Harry Styles entitled Harry's House that was named Album of the Year at the Grammys earlier this month. This album contained many chart-topping hits, such as Late Night Talking and the album's debut single, As It Was. Like I said, I'm a longtime One Direction fan and a Harry Styles fan, so you could call me biased when I say that this album certainly deserved the recognition it received from the Music Academy and the general public. The style of music on this album is completely different from any earlier albums entitled Harry Styles and Fine Line. While Harry's House is still a pop album, there's definitely more 80s inspired elements to the tracks, and they give a very disco-y vibe. The album's opening song, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, introduces listeners to the funky pop style that's definitely cohesive throughout the album. The music videos released in this era add to the aesthetics of the songs. The album's 3 singles, Music for a Sushi Restaurant, As It Was, and Late Night Talking, all have corresponding videos that allow listeners to really visualize what's going on in the songs. Along with winning Album of the Year, Harry's House also took home Best Engineered Album Non-Classical and Best Pop Vocal Album. I think Harry Styles really created something that appeals to anyone, not just his fans and not just the general public. I genuinely think any person who listens to music will like this album. For me, my favorites are Grape Juice and Little Freak, but I really don't think any of the songs are ever gonna get old, as I keep listening to the album even though it came out almost a year ago. As Taylor Swift once said, "We never go out of style," and I would say Harry Styles is not going out of style anytime soon. Back to you guys.
Apple Music is launching a new platform that creates a playlist based on the songs you have listened to the most in the past year, and similar songs related to those genres. It tracks your favorite songs and how often you listen to them. This new launch is being called Replay 2023. It will come up as a custom-made playlist listed under your other playlist. This is definitely going to be a popular new type of media as it follows similar marketing strategies to Spotify's Wrapped.
If you thought spam emails from brands were annoying, get ready. Brands are now looking to send direct text messages to alert customers for text promotions. These promotions varies from clothing stores all the way to chain restaurants. It is expected that 60% of brands will increase their SMS budgets in 2023. The brands have also been evolving the ways in which these text messages have been sent out, delivering more personalized conversational messages. The positive of text messages is lesser sent than email promotions, since oversending text can be highly annoying to consumers. But the unsubscribing list is a very high compared to email unsubscribers. Aitan Rushev, CEO of Blue Wheel, told the Marketing Brew in an interview that he highly recommends SMS marketing to many of the agency's e-commerce clients, which have included brands like Grande Cosmetics and Caudalie. He claims it's a way to facilitate loyalty. It helps improve your retention and your lifetime value of your customers. It is a fundamentally important channel in terms of total marketing mix.
Bed Bath & Beyond has revealed the locations of the stores it's closing. In total, the company is reducing the number of Bed Bath & Beyond stores from 760 to about 360, with the company keeping its most profitable stores open in key markets. At its peak in 2017, the Story brand had 1,522 stores open. The company, which is teetering dangerously close to bankruptcy, has avoided Chapter 11 for now by completing a complex stock offering that will give it an immediate injection of $225 million in funds and pledge $800 million in the future to pay down its current debt load. The locations in New Jersey that will be closing down are Jersey Gardens Mall in Elizabeth, New Jersey, 205 Route 72 in Manahawkin, 740 Route 73 in Marlton, 871 Route in North Brunswick, 300 IKEA Drive in Paramus, Ramsey 225 Interstate Shopping Center in Ramsey, and 1511 US Highway 22 in Watchung.
We have to take another short break, but do not go anywhere, as when we come back, we have another movie review for you all.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and like jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him, like he's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
Back this week with a classic. Here's Ian Epstein's with this week's movie review of the 2006 film Little Miss Sunshine.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Films. This week's film being discussed is heartwarming and one of my favorite films starring Steve Carell, Little Miss Sunshine. Released in July 26 of 2006, Little Miss Sunshine is a comedy and drama following the dysfunctional Hoover family, Richard Hoover, his wife Cheryl, their son Dwayne, daughter Olive, their grandfather Edwin, and the family's uncle Frank, who sadly suffers from depression, as they make their way to California to support their daughter Olive in her bid to win the Little Miss Sunshine contest. Little Miss Sunshine was directed by Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Faris and written by Michael Arndt. One thing I love about this film is its wide variety of cast members, starting with Steve Carell. He gives a stellar performance that will make anyone shed a tear. Paul Dano, who plays the family's Nitschke-reading son, also does amazing in this film, and he doesn't even speak for 3/4 of the film. Little Miss Sunshine even features prominent actors such as Paula Newson, Toni Collette, and even Bryan Cranston and Dean Norris. Could this be a Little Miss Sunshine Breaking Bad connection? Fun fact, during one scene, the production crew made sure Abigail Breslin, or Olive, was really listening to music in her headphones to keep her from hearing Alan Arkin's, or the grandfather, profanity-laced scenes. While filming at a convenience store in Santa Clarita, California, a Paul Dano lookalike walked in. Dano was late for and unaccounted for, so everyone thought the lookalike was Dano. After he explained that he was not Dano, they took some pictures and sent him on his way. As of now, this film is available on HBO Max, and I strongly recommend giving it a watch because of how hilarious and also heartbreaking the film can be. That's it for this week's film. My name is Ian Epstein. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next week.
Leave it to Blake Lively to give us a baby announcement. While the world has been chatting about Rihanna's pregnancy reveal during her Super Bowl halftime performance, Lively just very casually posted a photo of her post-baby body. Puppy Bowl Sunday 2023, she wrote in the caption on a series of photos posted Sunday on her verified Instagram account. Been busy in one of the pictures, Lively is seen smiling and visibly no longer pregnant. This will be Blake and Ryan Reynolds' 4th child together. No name or gender for the new baby has been announced.
A United Airlines 777 leaving Hawaii in December plunged towards the ocean for 21 seconds shortly after takeoff and came within 800 feet of sea level, flight tracking data showed. Neither United nor the FAA indicated anyone was injured on Flight 1722 on December 18th. The plane lost more than half its altitude, according to data from Flight Radar 24. The plane gained speed as it dropped over 1,400 feet from 2,200 feet before remaining its climb in Kahului on the island of Maui. The incident, which is coming to light only now, was first reported by the website Air Current.
We now send you over to Aaliyah Feeney with an update on Mom Sports.
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Feeney, and here's your Mama Sports update. Men's basketball got a massive 85-71 win against North Carolina A&T Monday night. The Hawks were led by junior forward Clayman Vuga's career-high 29 points. Freshman guard Jack Collins added to the scoring column, scoring career-best 22 points. This win puts the Hawks at a 5-9 record in the CAA with 4 games remaining until the CAA tournament in Washington, D.C. on March 3rd. Men's basketball will be back in action Thursday night at Northeastern. Women's basketball secured a 70-76 win against CAA opponent Drexel Sunday this afternoon. The Hawks had 3 double-digit scorers in junior guard Ariana Vanderhoop's 20 points, grad forward Lucy Thomas 15 points, and junior guard Casey Donovan's 11 points. Thomas came up in clutch in the final 10 seconds, scoring 2 free throws to put the Hawks up by 4. Women's basketball will be back in action Friday as they visit Elon. Monmouth Track and Field are coming off a stellar weekend performance at the Fast Track National Invitation and Boston University Valentine Invitational. The Hawks men's distance medley relay team of Stone Curaco, Jalen Jones, Ian Moore, and Luis DiLorenzo placed first and set a new school record of 9 minutes and 37 seconds. Yasmin Tinsley placed 5th in the women's 400 meter, recording a time of 55 seconds. Men's tennis defeated Ryder 6-1 Saturday afternoon. The Hawks won 5 out of 6 single competitions and all 3 doubles competitions. Friday afternoon, women's lacrosse opened their season with an 18-9 win over George Mason. Men's lacrosse will open their season this Saturday against number 4 nationally ranked Princeton. Baseball will travel to Boca Raton, Florida to open their season Friday with a 3-game series against Florida Atlantic. Softball will travel to DeLand, Florida for the Stinson Hatter Classic this weekend and face up against Fairfield, Mercer, and Stinson. Now back to the news with Gabby.
Famous TikTok star Alex Earle was seen not too long ago on a Dubai trip sponsored by the makeup brand Tarte. Around 29 other creators along with Alex, like Monet McMichael, attended this trip. However, it faced a lot of backlash. To start off, many people were upset about the ingenuine nature of the trip, as many creators did not even know the names of the products that they were using. A lot of other people were upset about the money aspect and how much money they thought was wasted by sending these influencers to Dubai. The CEO of Captive 8 had said, "I think the fact that everyone's talking about Tarte right now is probably making this even more of a profitable trip for Tarte from a marketing perspective."
That's all for this week's news. Make sure to follow us on all social media and YouTube to keep up with all things Hawk TV. I'm Jake Racino.
And I'm Gabby Nadridge. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Hawk TV News.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
I should take your phone away.
No.
I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Not anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all. If I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him. He's got to come home with me. Not anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
ownership